Once upon a time there lived an honest farmer in a village. He worked hard in his fields, but he did not have enough water to irrigate his crops. One summer, while struggling to find a water source for his fields, his crops began to dry up, and he needed a quick solution. Desperate, he went to his wealthy neighbor, who had a well on his land. The farmer approached him and asked if he could buy the well. The neighbor was a very cunning man, agreed and sold the well to the farmer for a good price. After purchasing the well, the farmer was happy, thinking that his problem was finally solved. The next morning, the farmer went to the well to draw water. Just as he was about to collect water for his fields, the neighbor arrived and shouted, "Stop right there! Don't draw water from the well." The farmer was confused. He looked at the neighbor and asked, "Why are you stopping me? I bought this well from you." The neighbor replied in a loud voice, "Yes, you bought the well from me, but I never sold you the water inside it. The water still belongs to me, so you cannot use it." The farmer was shocked. He had spent all his money on the well, yet he was being denied access to the water. He tried to argue with the neighbor, but the man was adamant. No matter how much the farmer pleaded, the neighbor refused to change his decision. Left with no choice, the farmer went to the king's court to seek justice. The king, who was known for his kindness and sense of justice, listened carefully to both sides. After hearing them, he was also puzzled. The neighbor argued that while selling the well, there was no agreement that the water would also belong to the farmer. Therefore, he claimed that the water was still his. The king found it difficult to decide who was right, so he called upon one of his wisest ministers to resolve the matter. The wise minister arrived, and after understanding the situation, he asked the neighbor, "You sold the well to the farmer, but you claim that the water still belongs to you. What do you have to say?" The neighbor replied confidently, "All right, that is fair enough. You've not sold the water to the farmer. However, since you no longer own the well, so you have no right to store your water in someone else's property, therefore you must either remove all of your water from the well immediately, or pay rent to the farmer every day for keeping it there." The neighbor's face turned pale. He realized that his trick had backfired. He had no way to remove all the water from the well, and paying rent for something he had already sold made no sense. Defeated and ashamed, he apologized to the farmer and allowed him to use the water from the well. From that day on, the entire village knew that dishonesty might seem clever, but it never wins in the end. If we see in our lives, we will find that sometimes it seems as if wealth and success can be gained easily through lies, dishonesty, and trickery. But success achieved through these unfair means never lasts long. At first it might appear that dishonesty is working in one's favor, but in the end, it becomes the cause of their downfall. Just like in the story, the cunning neighbor who relied on trickery eventually found himself trapped in his own lies. Many people chase wealth, power, and success without considering the cost of their actions. They may cheat, lie, or exploit others, believing that as long as they win, nothing else matters. But wealth gained through dishonesty is like a house built on sand. It may stand for a while, but the moment the truth comes crashing in, everything collapses. On the other hand, those who choose the path of honesty, patience, and hard work may not see immediate rewards, but their success is solid and long-lasting. Just as the farmer remained true to his principles and eventually won. The story is not just about a farmer in a well, but it reflects the way the world works. Dishonesty may bring temporary success, but it always leads to downfall. No matter how clever dishonesty may seem, it never prevails in the end. Whereas truth and fairness will always stand strong, and those who uphold them will find success that truly lasts. Friends, what did you learn from today's story? Do share in the comments section below. And also don't forget to subscribe for more such beautiful stories. See you in the next story. Till then, bye-bye.